Today I escaped anxiety, although I discarded it because it was within me, in my own perceptions, not outside. Whoever does not regard what he has as most ample wealth is unhappy, though he be master of the world. When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. To live happily is an inward power of the soul. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. When your thoughts, words, and deeds form a seamless fabric, you streamline your efforts and thus eliminate worry and dread. Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. Don't be overheard complaining, not even to yourself. Although we can't control which roles are assigned to us, it must be our business to act our given role as best as we possibly can and to refrain from complaining about it. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. When you have assumed these names, good, modest, truthful, rational, a man of equanimity and magnanimity, take care that you do not change these names, and if you should lose them, quickly return to them. The flourishing life cannot be achieved until we moderate our desires and see how superficial and fleeting they are. Confine yourself to the present. Circumstances don't make the man, they only reveal him to himself. Is any man afraid of change? What can take place without change? What then is more pleasing or more suitable to the universal nature? Can you take a hot bath unless the wood for the fire undergoes a change? Can you be nourished unless the food undergoes a change? Can anything else that is useful be accomplished without change? Do you not see then that for yourself also to change is just the same and equally necessary for the universal nature? For God's sake, stop honoring externals. Quit turning yourself into the tool of mere matter or people who can supply you or deny you those material things. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Let silence be your general rule, or say only what is necessary and in few words. Know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. If it's not right, don't do it. If it's not true, don't say it. Be content with what you are, and wish not change, nor dread your last day, nor long for it. Speak the truth as you see it, but with kindness, with humility, without hypocrisy. You can commit injustice by doing nothing. The first step, don't be anxious. Nature controls it all. The second step, concentrate on what you have to do. Fix your eyes on it. Remind yourself that your task is to be a good human being. Remind yourself what nature demands of people, then do it without hesitation. We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Marcus. Receive wealth or prosperity without arrogance, and be ready to let it go. In a word, if there is a God, all is well, and if chance rules, do not also be governed by it. Almost nothing material is needed for a happy life for he who has understood existence. If you seek truth, you will not seek to gain a victory by every possible means. And when you have found truth, you need not fear being defeated. Whatever happens to you has been waiting to happen since the beginning of time. True good fortune is what you make for yourself. Good fortune, good character, good intentions, good actions. Receive without pride, let go without attachment. Consider that before long you will be nobody and nowhere, nor will any of these things exist that you now see, nor any of those who are now living. For all things are formed by nature to change and be turned and to perish in order that other things in continuous succession may exist. Don't explain your philosophy, embody it. So, I look for the best and am prepared for the opposite. Wherever you find yourself and in whatever circumstances, give an impeccable performance. First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Do every act of your life as if it were your last. Treat whatever happens is wholly natural, not novel or hard to deal with, but familiar and easily handled. A man, when he has done a good act, does not call out for others to come and see, but he goes on to another act, as a vine goes on to produce again the grapes in season. No man is free who is not master of himself. Let not your mind run on what you lack as much as on what you already have. Objective judgment, now at this very moment. Unselfish action, now at this very moment. Willing acceptance, now at this very moment of all external events. That's all you need. Do not be perturbed, for all things are according to the nature of the universal, and in a little time you will be nobody and nowhere. Know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. It is not that we have so little time, but that we lose so much. The life we receive is not short, but we make it so. We are not ill-provided, but we use what we have wastefully. First, learn the meaning of what you say, and then speak. Only the dead have seen the end of war. Fate leads the willing and drags along the reluctant. You act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire. There is no easy way from the earth to the stars. Putting things off is the biggest waste of life. It snatches away each day as it comes and denies us the present by promising the future. The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today. You are arranging what lies in fortune's control and abandoning what lies in yours. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a harder battle. We learn not in school but in life. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. What need is there to weep over parts of life? The whole of it calls for tears. People are not disturbed by things, but by the view they take of them. A sword never kills anybody. It is a tool in the killer's hand. Most powerful is he who has himself in his own power. Enjoy present pleasures in such a way as to not injure future ones. The price good men pay for indifference to public affairs is to be ruled by evil men. Associate with people who are likely to improve you. Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. Hang on to your youthful enthusiasms. You'll be able to use them better when you're older. Nothing great is created suddenly, any more than a bunch of grapes or a fig. If you tell me that you desire a fig, I answer you that there must be time. Let it first blossom, then bear fruit, then ripen. As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters. If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. Often a very old man has no other proof of his long life than his age. The sun also shines on the wicked. True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future, not to amuse ourselves with either hopes or fears, but to rest satisfied with what we have, which is sufficient. For he that is so wants nothing. The greatest blessings of mankind are within us and within our reach. A wise man is content with his lot, whatever it may be, without wishing for what he has not. Life is like a play. It is not the length, but the excellence of the acting that matters. Only time can heal what reason cannot. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. What are you looking at? To what goal are you straining? The whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately. I shall never be ashamed of citing a bad author if the line is good. Wise men speak because they have something to say, fools because they have to say something. All cruelty springs from weakness. Every heart sings a song, incomplete, until another heart whispers back. Those who wish to sing always find a song. At the touch of a lover, everyone becomes a poet. It is the power of the mind to be unconquerable. Ignorance is the cause of fear. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. If you live in harmony with nature, you will never be poor. If you live according to what others think, you will never be rich. Leisure without books is death and burial of a man alive. They lose the day in expectation of the night, and the night in fear of the dawn. Wealth is the slave of a wise man, the master of a fool. He suffers more than necessary who suffers before it is necessary. If you really want to escape the things that harass you, what you're needing is not to be in a different place, but to be a different person. No man was ever wise by chance. As long as you live, keep learning how to live. People are frugal in guarding their personal property, but as soon as it comes to squandering time, they are most wasteful of the one thing in which it is right to be stingy. Until we have begun to go without them, we fail to realize how unnecessary many things are. We've been using them not because we needed them, but because we had them. Begin at once to live and count each separate day as a separate life. He who is brave is free. A gift consists not in what is done or given, but in the intention of the giver or doer. You act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire. We learn not in school, but in life. Good people do not need laws to tell them how to act responsibly, while bad people will find a way around the laws. The heaviest penalty for declining to rule is to be ruled by someone inferior to yourself. Ignorance, the root and stem of every evil. Those who tell the stories rule society. Do not train a child to learn by force or harshness, but direct them to it by what amuses their minds, so that you may be better able to discover with accuracy the peculiar bent of the genius of each. The madness of love is the greatest of heaven's blessings. The beginning is the most important part of the work. Necessity is the mother of invention. Love is a serious mental disease. Courage is knowing what not to fear. Education is teaching our children to desire the right things. The measure of a man is what he does with his power. Never discourage anyone who continually makes progress, no matter how slow. Human behavior flows from three main sources: desire, emotion, and knowledge. The object of education is to teach us to love what is beautiful. According to Greek mythology, humans were originally created with 4 arms, 4 legs, and a head with 2 faces. Fearing their power, Zeus split them into 2 separate parts, condemning them to spend their lives in search of their other halves. A house that has a library in it has a soul. There is truth in wine and children. Death is not the worst that can happen to men. The beginning is the most important part of the work. The object of education is to teach us to love what is beautiful. You should not honor men more than truth. When men speak ill of thee, live so as nobody may believe them. In politics, we presume that everyone who knows how to get votes knows how to administer a city or a state. When we are ill, we do not ask for the handsomest physician or the most eloquent one. The madness of love is the greatest of heaven's blessings. Human behavior flows from three main sources: desire, emotion, and knowledge. Ignorance, the root and stem of every evil. There are three classes of men: lovers of wisdom, lovers of honor, and lovers of gain. I'm trying to think. Don't confuse me with facts. Those who are able to see beyond the shadows and lies of their culture will never be understood, let alone believed, by the masses. Happiness depends upon ourselves. The greatest wealth is to live content with little. A friend to all is a friend to none. Bodily exercise, when compulsory, does no harm to the body, but knowledge, which is acquired under compulsion, obtains no hold on the mind. Excellence is not a gift, but a skill that takes practice. We do not act rightly because we are excellent. In fact, we achieve excellence by acting rightly. What is a friend? A single soul dwelling in two bodies. Beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. No man should bring children into the world who is unwilling to persevere to the end in their nature and education. Character is simply habit, long continued. Good actions give strength to ourselves and inspire good actions in others. An empty vessel makes the louder sound, so they that have the least wit are the greatest babblers. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Excellence is never an accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. It represents the wise choice of many alternatives. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. People are like dirt. They can either nourish you or help you grow as a person, or they can stunt your growth and make you wilt and die. Musical innovation is full of danger to the state, for when modes of music change, the fundamental laws of the state also change with them. Patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet. Love is simply the name for the desire and pursuit of the whole. Poets utter great and wise things which they do not themselves understand. Anybody can become angry. That is easy. But to be angry with the right person, and to the right degree, and at the right time, and for the right purpose, and in the right way, that is not within everybody's power and is not easy. A hero is born among 100. A wise man is found among 1,000, but an accomplished one might not be found even among 100,000 men. Wishing to be friends is quick work, but friendship is a slow ripening fruit. Happiness is the meaning and the purpose of life, the whole aim and end of human existence. The soul takes nothing with her to the next world, but her education and her culture. At the beginning of the journey to the next world, one's education and culture can either provide the greatest assistance or else act as the greatest burden to the person who has just died. Educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. No great mind has ever existed without a touch of madness. Hope is a waking dream. I will teach children music, physics and philosophy, but most importantly, music, for the patterns in music and all the arts are the keys to learning. Those who educate children well are more to be honored than they who produced them, for these only gave them life, those the art of living well. The measure of a man is what he does with his power. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. You're my star, a stargazer too, and I wish that I were heaven with a billion eyes to look at you. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. Contentment is natural wealth. Luxury is artificial poverty. Learning is an ornament in prosperity, a refuge in adversity, and a provision in old age. I know that I am intelligent because I know that I know nothing. Every action has its pleasures and its price. The unexamined life is not worth living. To perceive is to suffer. The greatest way to live with honor in this world is to be what we pretend to be. Be slow to fall into friendship, but when you are in, continue firm and constant. When the debate is lost, slander becomes the tool of the loser. The educated differ from the uneducated as much as the living differ from the dead. The beginning of wisdom is the definition of terms. Wonder is the beginning of wisdom. Employ your time in improving yourself by other men's writings, so that you shall come easily by what others have labored hard for. Where your talents and the needs of the world cross, there lies your vocation. He who has overcome his fears will truly be free. To find yourself, think for yourself. We cannot live better than in seeking to become better. The really important thing is not to live, but to live well. And to live well meant, along with more enjoyable things in life, to live according to your principles. The secret of happiness, you see, is not found in seeking more, but in developing the capacity to enjoy less. Education is the kindling of a flame, not the filling of a vessel. True wisdom comes to each of us when we realize how little we understand about life, ourselves, and the world around us. Strong minds discuss ideas. Average minds discuss events. Weak minds discuss people. He who is not contented with what he has would not be contented with what he would like to have. We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light. If you don't get what you want, you suffer. If you get what you don't want, you suffer. Even when you get exactly what you want, you still suffer because you can't hold on to it forever. Your mind is your predicament. It wants to be free of change, free of pain, free of the obligations of life and death. But change is law, and no amount of pretending will alter that reality. Sometimes you put walls up not to keep people out, but to see who cares enough to break them down. To write well, express yourself like the common people, but think like a wise man. If you want to be a good saddler, saddle the worst horse, for if you can tame one, you can tame all. He is richest who is content with the least, for content is the wealth of nature. Let him who would move the world first move himself. I cannot teach anyone anything. I can only make them think. No man has the right to be an amateur in a matter of physical training. It is a shame for a man to grow old without seeing the beauty and strength of which his body is capable. Beware of the barrenness of a busy life. Contentment is natural wealth. Luxury is artificial poverty. The antidote for 50 enemies is one friend. There is only one good, knowledge, and one evil, ignorance. The beginning of wisdom is the definition of terms. One should never do wrong in return, nor mistreat any man, no matter how one has been mistreated by him. Envy is the ulcer of the soul. From the deepest desires often come the deadliest hate. Understanding a question is half an answer. The hottest love has the coldest end. Those who know do. Those that understand teach.